Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome here to the Velocity Chaos podcast. I am Luke. I'm joined here by my co-host Nick, and we're coming to you at the speed of sound on the airways here at the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. Nick, how you doing?
Good, man. I am excited to be here for the 31st episode of Velocity Chaos Podcast. And I would like to say hello to our sturdy and our standard, our DJ ExLax.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me out this week.
Happy to have you, as always. Couldn't do it without you, buddy. So, Luke, what's going on today? What's on the slate?
Well, you've got something for us to see, so we'll check that out.
Nice.
Then we're going to move into a hypothetical life situation, wondering about some zombies. Check those out. And then we got something that we got to talk about, but we don't know what we have to talk about yet. And then we're going to hop down to Australia, see what's happening on the underside of the earth. So first, I would like to thank you here at the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe, and sometimes we just might smash that laugh box. So hop in, buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into it, a reminder to all of you out there to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on iTunes, some love on Spotify, and toss us a sub on the YouTubes while you're at it. Thanks, as always, for your support. So, Luke, I don't know if this ever happened to you growing up, but I always felt like doing menial tasks around the house. Like I pictured myself doing them cooler than they actually
Like
were.
Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man, like shoveling the snow, you're like lifting, you're like, "Ugh," or like raking the leaves, you're like, just like, if there was like a camera like watching you do it in a really cool way, like that would be more
Like, this
intense.
kid's a moron.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's really just a way to cope with it. So on today's segment, you got to see this.
Okay.
I've chucked in some things that made me laugh. Essentially, this guy named Kommander Karl, his handle is Kommander Karl Reloads. It's with K's. Essentially, this guy just like is just loading things in his daily life as if it was a first-person shooter, and he's just like reloading stuff. But he's really clever about it. He's like editing things and to make it look like he's shoving batteries like into like a smoke detector, a toaster oven. He's like slamming like the pencil through the pencil sharpener. So it's just this guy made me like just really like happy because he brought something that's really funny. I mean, the Doom reloads just get crazier. I remember in Gears of War where you would actually get like perks, like if you hit a good reload, like you would reload faster.
Oh.
And it's just like, what in life would you want to do at just like an epic scale, like every time you did it?
Dang.
What like normal thing would you want to do? Inspired by Kommander Karl.
And that's almost like these are some cool things here. Like I don't know how cool, but you know, it's Kommander Karl cool. We got the cool graphics on the screen, but yeah, I kind of always wonder, like, what if you had your like own like theme song, waking up, just anything like in a badass way, but you know, just like brushing the teeth, just like hard, you know, like it's just every like slow motion or epic in a way. But even. Man, that's a tough question. Like
if you were in the Matrix, all right. Like if you knew you were in the Matrix, or like eventually we're gonna be in Zuckerberg's metaverse, right?
Yeah, right.
You're gonna start getting to do cool stuff. Imagine if you could buy upgrades in your life where you were doing normal things, but it was edited like in a sequence that was like really cool, like waking up, you know, just the toothpaste, just,
all quick cuts.
You know, yeah, ready for the day, and then you you get like cutscenes, like you get cutscenes in your everyday life. I think that'd be cool. I think getting up would be cool. Driving would be cool. This guy, he's just reloading these. Just like
household objects.
Yeah, like the lamp where he's changing the light bulb. I mean, it would just be cool if in the future when you have Google Glass or you have Elon Musk's chipset like in your head where the AI just reads, oh, something is happening. And so it starts playing like epic music.
It changes your brain into like a bullet time. One of those games like everything slows down.
Slow motion, 60 FPS.
Like you look like to run up the stairs or something. It's just like kind of like the fog starts rolling down and stuff, and then
yeah.
And then cuts to you just walking normally.
But that's where your neighbor is clearly looking out their front windows. That guy has lost it.
Psycho. Honey, come inside.
I always thought it'd be cool if you had like ghost mode. So like if you could go around your house one way, but you had your ghost go the other way, and so who got there first? That's what I thought. Was,
oh wow!
Like race car games.
Yeah, like a Mario Kart.
Oh, they do that.
You know?
Yeah, they do that. Mario Kart. Yeah.
Your speed running life.
Yeah, your speed running buddy.
That's hysterical. Again, in
Real.
meta. Eventually, this is turning into just a meta thing. But he just opens a pizza box and like reheals it. And then it's like acid reflux. You need an antacid. Oh man, this guy's so clever. I highly recommend checking him out. Kommander
And it
Karl.
seems like it's pretty
Kommander
recent.
Karl. Yeah, no, he's it's a funny just twist on life. But if you like you were saying, DJ ExLax, it would actually be pretty motivational if you live a life and then you get up the next day and you see yourself doing better than you right now. You'd want to like kick your own ass. So you just keep going. You're like, no, I got to do better than I did yesterday. But you see yourself like running around doing better.
Yeah, it's like you got to shovel the driveway 6 times as fast. Or something.
Yeah, because nothing was more motivational in Mario Kart than watching
that son of a bitch like outrace you, and then you're driving to work and you're like, wait a second, that's me up there, and then you're like, I'm not losing again. And you're
So you just fly
weaving through traffic, going through red lights.
It's just kind of this guy's dexterity is ridiculous.
I mean, he's a commander, so
the way he's pulling apart a Nintendo Switch and reassembling it, he's made it look so cool. He's essentially made his life look like he is what's the Doom guy? Is it just called Doom Guy?
His name's Doom Guy. We could probably look that up, but adding in the sound effects and the screen graphics, I mean that helps too. It looks really makes it look like a video game.
Here, yeah. So I just wanted to share that. It made me laugh. It is his
Oh, is it Doom Guy?
It's Doom Guy. All my friends out there are gonna be very disappointed that I didn't just know that. But Doom Guy is a good example of how if you do things really like just then people are just like, that dude's a badass.
Yeah, I feel his power.
Do you see him change that light bulb? Do you see him open that car door? Like,
everything with chutzpah.
Yeah, chutzpah. So maybe it's a little reminder to all of us out there that, maybe be more like Kommander Karl. Just do things more thoroughly in life.
More action packed, living your boring life.
Yeah.
And why not kick it up a notch like Emerald Lagasse?
Kick it up a notch. It'd be funny if they did this in real life. Like we talked about in the last time we did, you got to see this, the competition of the medieval fighters.
Mm-hmm.
If they did like a reload contest of like coolest reloads. Because, everyone just goes like, oh, it's all about speed. But, like, what about style? Like, what about reloading? Yeah, you could do it with real guns and whatever. But what if it was, how cool could you reload this, the batteries in this?
Sounds like you're getting to air guitar space.
Yeah. No, it's like underground. It's like an underground cult following kind of competition.
Yeah. How cool can you reload thing? Yeah. And then, you get points for, being flashy, but then you get points for creativity, like as in far and, how you actually get it in there. Like, do you kick it up into the butt or whatever? I don't know.
Like a hacky sack.
Yeah.
Over your head.
Dink, dink.
Batteries.
Or like you're a bartender. Like, I'm sure bartenders would be good at it.
Yeah. No, it's true. Well, they've made it a whole thing. You get hired at the big bars. You get hired with the flipping around stuff. You're essentially reloading people's cocktails.
Yeah, reload the drinks.
They're already there. We just want to do it for children's toys and electronics.
And anything to make, like you're grabbing a notepad, like got an idea.
That was cool. That was very cool. Oh, you have the light. You have the pen light. Well, you got to work on that one. Work on that one.
Wrong one.
But that one made me laugh. Oh, DJ ExLax, you find this?
There's another guy like that on. I think he's on TikTok. He does
Well, this guy's got 100 million views.
Yeah, he does everything super fast. It's like when your mom's coming home and you gotta.
Yeah. I know this guy. He's really funny. He's doing everything twice as fast, and he's got his like brother with him.
They end up like throwing garbage in the cans at like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Every speed run, you guys that's gonna be the new thing is speed running life. That's coming from video games. I guess that's just coming from racing in general.
This is great. No, I like this guy, Daniel LaBelle. Nice find, ExLax.
Yeah. Way to tie it in.
No, I think it's funny. Like efficiency impresses people. I think that's the point here. This is what I'm all getting at. This is the meaning of this conversation: is that efficiency is cool.
And how much time do you save in your everyday life if you just speed things up? That's pretty something to think about.
But what would you do at that time? Just keep doing more speedy things, or would you slow down and relax? That's
your choice. When you're
America.
disciplined to do the things that you have to do, then you have the time to do the things you want to do.
America, baby. Well, it's you're putting Nerf darts and shit. You're putting you're loading things up. Maybe you load like a tennis ball shooter. It's you're loading up stuff, but like a ball. Like let's talk about the ball. You know what else I've been bouncing off the wall? A ball. Yes, ball. I bounce ball, and ball comes back. Ball is a state-of-the-art sphere that, when given enough velocity, will bounce off of a surface. That's right, ball bounces. Ball will bounce, and if you haven't seen it for your own eyes, you probably would not believe me, but you should believe me because that's what ball does. Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie to you? It's not like you were paying me to say that ball bounces even though it doesn't actually bounce. That would be ludicrous. Of course, ball bounces. Let me show you. See, ball bounced. I swear, it did. People on YouTube actually see that. I don't have ball. I swear it did. Get your palms on ball today at your local ball retailer and at checkout mention Velocity Chaos Podcast for a free weird look from your cashier. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
Heyo.
Hey, yo.
You know what I would use ball for? If I was stuck in a zombie apocalypse, kind of throw some marbles out on the floor. That's what we're going to get into right now. Hypothetical life. This is a segment where we bring up some sort of situation and we explore how we think we would go about performing in these situations. One, we did Rockstar Life. I think that was one of the first ones. I think that was our first episode, Rock Gods. We explored that, and other things that I don't remember. But now we're going to get into what will we do in the event of a zombie apocalypse.
Nice.
So it's like, first thing, what do you think? What kind of zombies are we talking about here? What do you think caused this outbreak? And are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you scared? What's going through your head?
So there's two scenarios. Like, honestly, zombies are one of the most disturbing kind of pieces of fiction for me. I don't know what it is. The idea of like the humanoid being that was once a person taking over, the horror of having to kill people if they're coming after you, that sort of thing. So like, and just how rough it's going to be. It's going to be rough. So like, there's one part of me where we could make this segment really short and just be like, I'm just going to shoot myself in the head. But let's take the hero path and say, like, we're going to try to survive. I mean, I would not be excited about a zombie apocalypse, first of all.
Probably would smell pretty bad.
Yeah. A lot of people would get excited about it. All the people out there who play a lot of video games and Left 4 Dead, it's like they think it'd be cool to hack through human flesh, but I think it'd get old really quick.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. On the weekends. This is what I do on the weekends. No, so let's talk about the zombies.
It's got to be.
There's a couple different types, right?
Yeah.
There's the
28 days later,
like the plague zombies,
crazy fast zombies. I don't want to deal with those. I want
the
easy
slow walk.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead.
Yep.
Slow walking zombies. Easy to handle. They're clumsy. They're just gonna bite you to shreds if they get you.
The cool thing about that is it's like bowling. It's just who makes a mistake first kind of deal, right? It's you could live a subsistent life for sure, but you wouldn't it would just be about minimizing mistakes.
Yeah.
Now, if they're active zombies and they can run fast up until whatever point, like World War Z zombies. Oh, jeez.
Or even Zombieland.
Zombieland, just a regular person running at you. That would be pretty rough.
Yeah.
Because then you have to be constantly vigilant, creating defenses, yada, 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 yada. So that's that one kind. But then there's the other type of zombie that's kind of like you were talking about, Dawn of the Dead. Like that's more mystical. That's more based on a curse. Evil Dead, it's based on a curse. Those are probably not going to happen.
Dang.
Those are the slow ones.
Those are the ones we want. So if it happens.
They always seem to write it, though, that the virus ones get like upgrades, which are so unfair.
It's like, dang, do I want to be a zombie? Maybe.
I want to see a story where the virus hits people and it either turns you into a zombie that can run really fast or strong, or the virus hits you and your body kicks it out, but it gets superpowers. Right. Because it's only fair. It's only fair. Like we always say, some people are immune to it and they just don't get it. Why? Well, blah, 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 blah.
Well, you just said you get superpowers either way. So then what's the caveat of becoming a zombie?
Like, what's the benefit?
Yeah.
What
you
are the
just
perks of becoming a zombie?
Well, you just said, you get superpowers basically.
Yeah.
But you also get superpowers for being a human.
No, I'm just saying that some people will inevitably like turn into a mindless freak.
So you
and
just
other people will
deteriorate.
be okay, but have like they'll be able to run fast because the virus like gave them the upgrade. They just didn't convert. You know what I mean? I like it's interesting. It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. Maybe not.
Plausible.
Nature doesn't work that way. Anyway, sorry to go on a tangent.
No. We got to explore this.
We do have to explore this. So we have to set it up, right? We have to pick
Yeah.
a zombie is what you're essentially getting at.
Yeah.
You want to do one with The Walking Dead, like the Night of the Walking Dead, like the slow.
I feel like that gives you the best chance to, set up everything.
All right. Well, let's our hypothetical life has the shufflers. We got the shufflers.
The scooting.
The scooting guys, the shufflers. Okay. How do you kill these zombies, Luke? What are the rules?
Yeah, decapitate or damage the brain.
Okay.
The normal. You leave that. You cut them off at the nipples, and they're still crawling at you.
Okay, so it's got to be the brain. Got it.
Bam, yeah.
Are they drawn towards noise? Do they just ramble around? Like, what is?
See, I feel like they have to always know, like, because you kind of get away with they don't know, like, or is it smell or is it sight or sound? But I feel like they should just always have their sense, like. They're on their fingers on the pulse.
Okay, got it.
They got radar.
They're dialed into the planet, man. They know where non-zombies are.
So, I mean, that way that it kind of amps up the danger.
Okay,
it's like there's no getting away.
So we got shufflers. What happens? If you get bit, you get turned into a zombie?
Yeah.
How fast?
I think it's different for everyone. Your immune system.
Got it. So like if you get bit in the hand and you chop off your hand, you're probably okay.
Should be all right.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. All right, man. All right. So we have our zombies. What's next?
So, when it first happens, what's your like immediate reaction? Like you just kind of either you see someone or you hear something about zombies. Like, did you hear that dude just got bit in Florida? Because like that always happens in Florida. That's like a regular thing.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh no, it happened in Ohio. What? Some guy just got bit by some other dude. It's got to be bath salts, right?
Yeah.
No. Just psycho.
I'd wait for definitely a couple other cases.
Yeah, until it starts coming up.
Yeah. Then a lot of people talk about weapons getting on the offense. Like I would just focus on building like leather, like just go to BDSM stores and just stocking up on gimp suits, because if you just double up on a gimp suit, you have a double layer gimp suit and you can't get bit. Like
that's the thing I always think is like, you get some leather or body armor, like the whatever carbon fiber stuff, and like just layer up. Get some thick gloves. Like, I mean, try to bite through it. Like, take a leather jacket and try to bite through it. You're gonna get through that.
It just gives you enough time to make a decision, right? If you get ganged up on, and one bites you, but you're like layered up, and you can feel the tug, then you can start to react to that, right? Now, if they just keep pulling and get you, fine, but at least you made an effort. So, I'd be a very defensive zombie player. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. You got to set up a home base. You know.
Yeah.
See, how could you shore up your house or like whatever might be available? Like, do you build a tree fort or something? And
My
get the
my
height
plan, and I shouldn't tell this, especially. I'm not gonna tell my. And DJ ExLax, don't say my plan.
Uh-oh.
Like, what do you think?
I don't know, man, because you know, once you say your plan and it's perfect, everyone's gonna steal it. I got a great one.
Oh, what do you got?
Just
Oh, you don't want to spoil the beans.
zombies can't swim. Just remember
Or
that.
can they? But can they breathe underwater though? I don't know if they're affected by water. So if you go to an island, they can still get to you.
DJ,
But they can't swim.
That's true.
Did you ever see Pirates of the Caribbean? Boys,
Those aren't zombies.
take a walk, and they
Just
just under the water, right up to the boat.
So I'd set up a home base, and then I would try to find as many tires as possible, and then set up a tire moat. Even you'd be tripping over that. Like, there's no way. And then you just come out with like one of those garbage pickers things with the metal tip and just
Genius. And then you got to just clear it, make sure
Yeah,
that
clear
the
it out.
tires are. That's brilliant.
Hey.
I think you told me about that one. Fine, if we're sharing, you got to wait until like the power's down and all that crap's down. But like, I think skyscrapers are the way to go
Yeah.
because you can build a farm on the top, you
Yeah.
know, and so you can create an agriculture environment up there. And then you can also create multiple escapes through zip lines, multiple floors, get to other places.
Mm.
And you can literally just block off. You can just block off the bottom, 4 or 5 floors, and just completely just fill them with rubble.
Yeah.
And the only way in and
All
out,
the office equipment.
the only way in and out is with like dexterity. And if we're dealing with shufflers, then you're done.
That's the thing. Are you only dealing with zombies? I think sooner or later you're gonna have to deal with people, which is
You're always gonna have to deal with that.
which is the real problem. And it's like, hey, let's just work together. But then people are like, all right, come here. Okay, we're gonna say we're gonna work together, but we're all gonna work together for as long as it's beneficial for us, and then we're gonna fucking take their skyscraper. That's probably what's gonna happen.
That happens in real life though every day.
Yeah, all these skyscrapers.
It's just not as
change
mortal.
hands.
Can zombies climb? 'Cause zombies can't climb, can they?
I don't know if these ones like.
Or is it so? That's the rule. Is that they're all shufflers?
I think
Yeah,
that's
I
right
think
now.
so.
That's the scenario we're in.
Okay.
Now, if they're not, if they're I Am Legend type zombies,
Yeah.
You be careful with that because you make a lot of the zombie community mad, man. Yes, I mean, are I Am Legend? Are those zombies? Are those zombies or are they vampires?
Yeah,
What
I
are
don't
they?
know.
oh,
Those are
Another question.
it's
debate
controversial, man.
time. Are they vampires or are they zombies?
Because those guys are like superheroes.
But see, the one thing, vampires to me it's all about the blood, right?
Yeah.
And in I Am Legend, they didn't really care. They were just, I think they're infected. They're probably more like a zombie. They couldn't speak anymore. They're probably like screwed up.
But then you're just like, wait, I'll give you a liter a week. Don't worry.
Let's trade.
Just keep me alive.
That's a good question. They're almost neither. They're probably their own thing. I'll take it back. Whoa, I'll take it back. But no, I think the skyscraper. If you combine the skyscraper with the tire thing,
With the tires.
imagine you get off your zip line, like an invading party gets off the zip line. We've got it, and then like there's just like a whole floor of tires, like a whole to get to the stairwell. It's just all tires.
Oh, what about this?
And you're just picking people off
Yeah.
from the stairwell.
So with the skyscraper thing is you get a bunch of zombies to come in, like first floor, second floor, but then you have like a route that you only know about to get past that. And then so when people come in, or maybe you do it on the
Genius.
second floor, but leave the first floor so they come in and like, oh, it's okay, it's quiet. And then, they kind of break in coming up the stairs, like, let's check out the second floor. No, wait, third floor. Because you want them to get really comfortable.
Yeah.
And then, third floor, remember, third floor is not the good floor.
You
No,
put, like-
fourth floor. No.
You put like 3 zombies on the second floor. So
Yeah.
they're like, pow, pow. We're like, oh, yeah, there's only 3 zombies.
Yeah.
And they go to 4th floor or 3rd floor.
Yeah.
They skip the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't like 3. They just go to the
Okay, third and fifth floor.
4th floor is where we put all our food.
Yeah, right in between. Keep it safe.
Yeah.
And then you got that one stairwell that you maybe just weld shut.
Yeah. See, the funny thing is, Luke, you always tell me, I'm an ideas guy. That's what you say. I'm an ideas guy.
Yeah.
And I really do think surviving a zombie apocalypse is all about ideas. It's all about just having the idea, trying to make it work, and getting it done. So I'm sticking with you during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, and then I'll have you do everything.
Exactly. The one problem is, and we've learned this from Naked and Afraid, those shows, that it's hard. It's hard to create from almost nothing. I mean, it's a little different. That show's way out in the middle of nowhere, so you can kind of find stuff in a city. But yeah, man, skyscraper idea is with me. So we got skyscrapers, we got tires. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and it's it's a real test of personal ability. So you'd have to learn how to scavenge and what's good, what's not good. You got to learn how to build fires and stuff, and learn how to clean food and wounds, and you got to become a know-it-all. So I mean, you got to start now. So that when it happens, and then, because if I was sent back in time right now, I would not have any clue of what to tell, whatever century I'm sent to, or whatever decade. If I went to the 80s, dude, we got a cell phone, huh? God, that's laughable. In the future, we have these other cell phones that are computers that.
People how you gonna fit that giant thing that's in that room into your pocket?
Yeah.
No, the only way I think you could get by in the past is if you're convincing people that you're really smart because you're telling them about things that don't exist but are fourth grade, fifth grade, learning. You know what I mean? You just start writing William Shakespeare stuff before.
Yeah, you start writing songs. Didn't they make a movie about that? The Beatles?
Yesterday.
But they made it a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Not yesterday. Okay.
No. Yesterday came out multiple years ago.
Okay.
Not yesterday. No, I agree with you. But I think, there are going to be people who survive and add value because of their ability to, lead or to comfort people or to, learn fast. So I don't know. It's always going to end up, for humans, it's always going to be about a numbers game. You don't want, the groups that always survive are the ones who just invite people in and try to weed out the bad people, keep the good people.
You'd hope.
You need numbers. Otherwise, the odds go down.
Yeah, it's what are you really fighting? And then, do these people want their own little clique? Or it's do you want humanity to come back?
Yeah.
And then, you find the real sickos.
Yeah.
Stay away from that guy.
Yeah.
But what do you think would kill you in the zombie apocalypse? How do you think?
If they're shufflers, then I'd probably either starve, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Starve or somebody else would just kill me.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you're all right, what are we living for? If you don't find salvation in not salvation, but in a society or something where you can get back to a normal. Yeah, I think it's just kind of climbing to the top of that skyscraper and hopefully those tires don't bounce you back up.
My problem is I wouldn't shoot first.
Yeah.
I'd be is this a good person? Should we help this person? I'm that kind of, I'd get screwed because, I'd be hey, boom. So just take a
Why'd
shot.
you just shoot him?
Yeah.
But in order for there to be hope for humanity, you got to be, somewhat willing to allow people in, like you were saying, allow people in and then figure out who's not good.
Yeah. After
that.
Yeah. I think I would immediately try to figure out a shelter, kind of situation. Yeah. That's my thing. I'm a big fan of Home Alone, Swiss Family Robinson. So my whole bag would be trying to build booby traps.
Just setting up mouse traps.
Yeah, I'm a booby trap guy. That would be me. I would just, for zombies and for people, I would want to be that guy.
And then you catch a person and you start, walking around real slow with a nightstick or something. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna do?
My first move would just be throwing bricks off the roof because that's my favorite. Just eat brick,
suck brick, kid.
Suck brick. Yeah. That'd be my first move. And I don't care who it was. It's zombie. Which is
and then you throw it at someone like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" It's like, "Sorry, you were shuffling kind of slow."
pick your feet up.
Yeah. And then I got to take Otto out back because, can't feed him anymore. And
I think the tough part with dogs is just the barking.
Yeah.
Like
you got
that I always think about. I'm just like, just be free, live your life, but
Yeah.
don't get me killed. It's tough. This is like the first things you
Do you let the dog go? I mean, or will they want to go? Or you just leave them outside barking and getting eaten?
Yeah, it's tough.
Or to survive, or you let them go and then they're like pawing at the door and just pawing at the door all night, and then someone kind of comes, and then they run away, but then next day they come back, but then eventually they run away, and then you're traveling, and you're like, is that Otto?
Yeah,
and then he's like, bites your throat.
I think if you look at it like the zombie apocalypse, there's probably a huge curve like in the first year of hard decisions you got to make.
Yeah.
Who you align yourself with, where do you go, what do you do, how are you going to sustain yourself? And there are probably a lot of hard decisions of, probably some dark stuff has to happen. But then if you can get to equilibrium, then maybe you can live a more normal life.
Yeah, where the decisions aren't as taxing. Because, initially it's going to be like, fuck. I see those people are trying to come get that food, but fuck, I got to get that food before them.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, this 2 years with COVID proved that there are virulent things,
Yeah.
and
It could happen.
Yeah, but it's just, is there something out there? I don't really know of a disease that turns people into a crazy.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of, I think there's insects or some sort of parasite that kind of takes over, creates a host.
Whoa.
The only thing and this could be, false, but just
well, we're gonna roll.
There's some sort of indigenous people of some area, or in the jungle or something, or that kind of creates zombie effects on a person.
Really?
And
wow. Zombie parasites?
Yeah, maybe that's the deal. We go get some of those. And how fast would it convert? Because I think people right now, 40 years ago, I don't think people were hip on zombies, but now I think everyone's hip on zombies. Yeah. So I think it would be shut down rather quickly if it did happen. Stuff started breaking out, because you said, there'd be the people that hell yeah, woo, just start bashing people, just swinging a axe or something, just willy nilly, chopping the cerebral cortex, whatever it might be.
No, I think you're right. Some people would just kind of handle it. I think there'd be plenty of zombie slayers who'd just be like, you guys go first and take care of it, and the rest of us will just move to the Midwest and just chill.
I'm just going to go to work, I guess.
Yeah. I'll support the war effort.
Or you, DJ ExLax said, you get on your houseboat and just live like that.
That's a really good idea.
Say, just get out deep enough where they can't get you.
Yeah.
Stick on your houseboat, let them gather on the beach every now and then, and you scoot on off to another beach.
That's how you meet your wife.
There you go.
You're just like,
or mermaid.
It's me or them.
You can jump on or jump off.
They can't swim. Let's see if you can.
This is the shuffle. I mean, I think I could survive a shuffler apocalypse.
Yeah.
If they're upgraded zombies, I think I'm out. Out.
It would be cool. I would like to, push the limits and see how long, but I think getting
push the limits. I want to challenge myself.
Yeah, I'm one last hurrah, I don't
know if I'd be able to survive if just the infrastructure shut down. If the government shut down, if there was war, if there was whatever. That's hard enough.
Yeah.
On top of that, having a bunch of maniacal crazy creatures that will just come after you doggedly.
Yeah.
That's everybody think that. Some people think that'd be cool. Other people say, "Oh, that'd be hard, but I could do it." I'm gonna be a realist and just say I think I wouldn't make it very long.
I think you're right. Us people with our office hands.
But maybe that's not masculine enough for
too late.
Most of our listeners.
What do you guys think you would do? No, it's it would definitely be difficult, and maybe you see what is deep inside and what you could pull off.
Maybe.
And you're like, oh, I am a man. Ah.
You'd definitely be different than when you went into it.
Hell yeah.
it'd be funny. Like,
And you just start reloading zombie heads. Like,
if I was a zombie, you guys would be okay. You guys could take me out.
Okay.
Maybe him, not you.
I don't know.
Maybe DJ ExLax.
Yeah.
he's like, hey man, I've shot people for less than growling and shuffling at me.
Just get scared.
I just get scared. I got a really light trigger finger.
Nervous twitch.
That's when the bricks start flying.
I am totally cool with keeping the zombies in the video games.
Yeah, it's good. It's
We'll
good.
do that. We'll do that.
But, like I said earlier, it would get rather stinky, and you would need something to change the scent. So it makes a lot of sense is scented scent sticks. That's right. Scented scent sticks allow you to breathe the fresh air that you've been missing if you want to. Because some of our scents are some of our scents that are available to you are fresh air and other scents like that. So if you want to breathe the fresh air and not spend a lot of cents on great scents, buy scented scent sticks. It makes a lot of sense for you. It makes a lot of sense for us when you spend your cents on our scented scent sticks. I swear, we have a whole load of new fresh scents, mainly just fresh air though. Okay, we're working on them. Every second of every day, we're working on new scents. But for right now, get your fresh air scented scent sticks today. Check out, put in the code. It would make a lot of sense if you use code VCPOD60 for 60 cents off each scented scent stick at checkout. And this is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, if there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware, have no affiliation, and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
Wow, that was a lot. But I think I see. My 2 cents though is that this is another new segment. I think it's gonna be a cool one. This is called Ramble On.
Oh Jesus!
And essentially, DJ ExLax has got a little something called a topic for us. And next 10 minutes, man, I just think we're just gonna attack it from all sides. So that's it.
I'm ready.
Your guys' topic today is time travel.
Ooh.
You hinted that on that earlier.
I had no idea.
I was thinking about this. I just think it's the coolest idea. Time travel. I'd be sick. I'd be sick if I was a time traveler. You know why?
Vomiting?
No. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what the machine's like? The reason why I would be sick is my MO would just be blasting back into the past, grab some dude off the street, blast him back to the modern times, and just take a picture of his face. And I'd just be an artist. I'd be a photographer artist. And my galleries would just be of these Neanderthals and these Vikings and these Roman citizenship. As soon as they got back, I just boom, snap the picture. That's my gallery of just shocked faces of different people. That's what I would do with time travel.
So is this a gallery just for you, or is this a museum
it's
for
to
everyone?
sell the photos for $10 million.
Okay, so does anyone
That's how I'd pay for my
know
time
about time travel, or is this just you? because you're
That's
going
a brilliant question.
because if you're the only one and you're doing these and people are like, wow, these are good recreation photos, and you're like, no, let me tell you, these are actual photos, but photos didn't exist back then. How could they
lock you up? They
Yeah.
freaking lock
crazy
you up.
guy?
No. Okay, I it's more fun in my fairy tale that everybody knows that I am an artist that can do this.
Okay.
And so they know that the paintings are worth that amount because of the special stuff.
Then you're going to have, all these government operations trying to get you to do stuff, going back in time.
Yeah, and I just say, screw you, I'm doing art.
Hell yeah.
And you can't infringe on my rights.
And then you just go to a time when they're not asking you to do it because you can time travel. So right there.
You just constantly live 20 minutes in the past.
Yeah, maybe you could kill me if you were here tomorrow. And then you're in tomorrow, and
They're
then he's still there.
While they're thinking about it, you're just walking away.
And then they're like, see, I told you you'd show up. I mean, if you were here in a week from now, you go back a week.
It would be amazing to try to convince somebody that they had jumped a day in the future.
Yeah.
If you got all their entire friends and family to one day just work on this one trick.
Yeah.
It would be wild. Wouldn't it? If you just were what do you mean? you were here yesterday. Like you just set all the clocks. If you somehow hack their phone, like if you got Apple in on the prank and just they like push their phone like into the future.
Just one day.
No, think about how crazy that would be. That'd be so wild.
Yeah, you'd mind, like, could you even function after that? Or how long would it take you to come back to like realize that? Like, cause you'd be in such disbelief for so long.
Yeah.
You guys are messing with me. No. You're messing with me. It's not today. No, we're still on. We're still on the 23rd. No, it's not the 20th.
The way you do it is you just have everybody randomly schedule a bunch of things for a day, like a Saturday, and then on Friday you just have everybody like start showing up to do the stuff.
Yeah,
and they're like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, it's Saturday. They're like, "No," and then you get a call from like DJ ExLax, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm at the restaurant." He's like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah, like our reservations at whatever.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's Friday. It's like, no, dude, what are you talking about? It's Saturday. I'm at the restaurant. And just you have like all these things. The person's just like, what is happening?
And then they click on the news, and it's like, all right, Saturday we did our turkey trot or whatever. Like,
you just have it spliced into their system. You're constantly playing a loop of like Netflix or like
and
TV.
Friday night football. Wow, was that great last night?
Yeah, it would be interesting to try to pull that out. That'd be one of the world's greatest pranks.
Is it okay?
So let me flip it to you.
This is a flip back. Just is for me in the future if Nick Trevor tries to pull this. Just a reminder.
You guys got to keep us, in the same parallel universe.
Yeah.
What about you? Time travel for you?
That would, I mean, if you start time traveling, and if you have either the ability to time travel or some sort of device or some bigger machine, what becomes your home base timeline if you're able to willy-nilly just do it? Like, getting back to that exact time would be crazy, because I mean you get to go experience. Can you go experience dinosaurs and just kind of see that if they really existed? Those are just planted bones. No,
yeah,
no, but yeah, you get to see everything and see how cool things were, how messed up things were, how maybe back in the pyramid days, maybe things were so advanced, or maybe you can go find Atlantis or something. Like,
oh yeah, man, I would be hanging out in the past so much.
Yeah,
just for fun.
It would definitely be cool. Like, then you run the risk, like butterfly effect. Like,
that's the biggest thing, because I was gonna say it'd be cool to have like a home base, right? Like if you had a cool home base, you had a cave that was secure, you start upgrading it. Maybe a couple friends like have a suite. It'd be the coolest man cave ever.
Yeah, and
you could like open the window and there's just like triceratops roaming around. It'd be awesome, right? You're watching, like you just record the NFL game. You don't watch it on Sunday. You just take it with you and the guys, and you watch football with the dinosaurs roaming around in the man, right? In the man cave. But imagine, like, this is where the paradoxes start to come into play. You zap back home after a crazy weekend in the man cave, and like you come back and people are like, yeah, like we don't have TVs anymore. And you're like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, we just project through our like biotechnic eyes like a TV program. You're like, what? And it's because your TV was discovered in like the 800s by the Romans, and like they figured out how to replicate the technology right away. Like, and then TVs have been around for 1,200 years, 2,200 years at that point.
Yeah.
So how far has TV technology gone? That's the weird part that you guys start playing around with time.
Well, when you do that, you got to find a cave and then go there every day and make sure no one else comes into that cave. Like, it's just an empty cave that will be an empty cave and always was an empty cave that no one will discover.
So it's like going into the park and then taking everything with you.
Yeah. So it's like, then you go back in time, but you're bringing like, a piece of sheet metal or TV, and like you keep going forward, backward, and then you're building up your man cave. Yeah. And then, but because you've already checked every day that no one's going to discover this.
Yeah. That'd be, or you just have a self-destruct button that's linked to your like pulse that like can travel back in time and blow it up. I don't know, man. Town travel is one of my favorite things. That's a great. I love that.
It'd be crazy.
It's nuts.
And then like, what if you were in a situation where you could be like, I could change the course of history. Do you do it? Because maybe you think you're doing something that's stopping a lot of bad from happening, But what if you create something worse?
That's one of my favorite questions to ask people. It's really hard. It's a really hard question. You ready for this? We only have 2 minutes for this. 3 minutes.
2.
If you could go back, here are the rules. You go back in time. DJ ExLax, you can get on this too. You go back in time. You meet like 6-year-old Hitler, and you're in a room with 6-year-old Hitler for 5 minutes. What do you do?
We only got 2 minutes. No, I mean, you don't know. Like, or I mean, you do know, but like, I don't know if I could, kill a kid, one. So it's like.
That's the question, right?
But I would think, one, I guess I would speak German or be able to communicate.
Yeah. All right. So you can clearly speak to the person.
Yeah.
So you can speak German. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to figure out something of, because wasn't he an artist or something? Like, try to inspire
He's
him.
5 years old. He's 5 years old at this point.
You don't have to kill him. Everyone thinks you got to kill him.
No.
What if you just give him a hug and say you're really good at art?
That's
That's all you gotta say. It's real simple. Just give him a nice big hug, and he'd be like, "Who the hell is this 30-year-old dude giving me a hug right now?" But like, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, "Oh, dude,
It's super
really likes my art."
controversial. I'm just gonna say, I think I would strangle him.
Wow.
I think I would do it.
Oh my God. And then, so what if, and then you got Stalin on the other hand, maybe Stalin takes over more people.
Sure. Yeah. I don't care what Stalin does.
Or Mussolini.
I've fought with many people about this. I think in my life, I've just figured out that like, it's so tough. And it's really controversial to say because it's like you're essentially admitting to like, oh yeah, I'd murder a child. It's like, if you knew that child was going to become responsible for killing 60 million people,
Yeah.
like,
Or you hug him and you're just like,
Does the FBI open up? We had a child killer in the room.
no, I think this is super controversial. I know I did it right at the end of it, but like we're talking about time travel.
you hug him.
I think, the only other way to do it is just to like poke his eyes out.
Like, you can't see anything.
You can't see
You
anything.
hug him, you whisper in his ear, you say, you little son of a bitch. I swear to God, if you ever do it, I will find you and I will end you. Have a great day.
The Jewish people are
Go to
incredible.
school.
Like, the Jewish people love you. No, I think it's hard. A lot of people think they could solve that problem with some nice words.
Just really amping up like Jewish people. Wow. Wow, this challah bread is great, isn't it?
The only thing that you could do is like if you wrote him like a letter in front of him that was like predicting the future of like
what he did.
You are going to kill all these people and be responsible for the fall of Germany. And you will be a radical and you'll be this and this and this. And you wrote it in front of him and then you like gave it to him, right?
Yeah.
That is like the only other alternative that I think you can do. But if you're in it for 5 minutes, like you're risking and gambling that the words that you can write in that 5 minutes can change the course of history.
It's like 50 first
where
dates.
you know that if you just kill him, it's not going to happen. It's nuts. It's a crazy conundrum.
Yeah. But then it could be worse. Maybe they usher in someone else.
I'm a bad person, so that's what we learned today.
Yeah.
No, I stand by it. I'm that dork note.
All right. So let us go from time travel and let's land travel down under. That's right. Aussie news here. This was a odd story, to say the least. Christmas dinner. Families having Christmas dinner. 8 injured by a falling tree branch that crushed their picnic.
What?
Yeah, first off, you're wondering, wait, why are they having a picnic for Christmas? One, because they're in the southern hemisphere, so everything's backwards. So, they got warmth. So they're just a nice little family trying to have dinner. Casual, early Christmas picnic. Conversation ensues. Were you kids good this year? Santa knows if you were good. Wow, that tree looks pretty rough over there. Yeah, we'll probably get it taken down here in the next year at some point, passing whatever the ham or something. Other filler conversation for the holiday. Then one of the kids says, why is that tree getting closer? And bam! 44-year-old lady gets hit right on the head, just pounded into the ground like Looney Tunes probably. I don't know. I'm embellishing a little bit. But still, she gets whacked. I mean, that sucks. Like, you're just sitting down for a holiday, and a tree falls on your picnic. It sucks.
That would suck. I mean, there's so many trees in the world. It's bound to have happened multiple times to people.
Yeah.
But it's just now we're in a day and age where somebody's like, "Hey, guess what just happened to me?" And like writes into the takes a picture of their smash basket and like sends it into the local news, and then it becomes international history.
I mean, that begs the whole new new saying. It's like it's cool to have me having a picnic for a holiday, but that's a totally different saying than having rain on your parade. It's like having a tree falling on your picnic. Probably hurts.
It probably hurts.
If a tree fell on your picnic, that would probably hurt.
Yeah.
Would you hear it?
If a tree falls on a picnic, do you hear it?
Yeah.
No, I get it, man. No, that would suck.
Yeah.
Just goes to show, check your branches.
Yeah. So I mean that brings us back into taking life with a little more action. Maybe you're sitting down, having your holiday picnic, and you're grabbing the ham, you're grabbing the peas, all action packed. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Just living your life with a little more enthusiasm, a little more action, a little more fast pace. Reload your contacts into your eye a little more gingerly than some Kommander Karl stuff, but have some passion in your everyday life. It's going to spice up a little bit of everything, because when it comes down to it, if you're not ready and prepared to have that action when the zombie apocalypse comes, you're going to be screwed. You're just going to be floundering out there on the tires that I put, and you're just going to be easy pickings while we're up on the skyscraper throwing down bricks, riding cool zip lines, and you're just going to be a fish out of water, not swimming, because DJ ExLax going to be out there on his houseboat, just living the good life, really living the good life. And any life you want to live, you can live now, you can live yesterday, you can live today, you can live tomorrow, but what you want to do is you want to live right here, right now, always. And if you wanted to go back, you can't, okay? Not yet, at least. So plan for tomorrow, but be in the right now, because a tree could fall on your picnic at any moment. Yeah. Thank you. Let's ship it over to recommendation station.
So, yeah, it is my turn to recommend. We are pulled into the recommendation station. This time around, I'm going to recommend the album Let It Be by the Beatles. It's not typically considered one of their best or favorites, but to me, it's one of the most interesting ones. The playlist has got, the track list is like Two of Us, Across the Universe, I know that one, but then it's like Dig It, Maggie May, One After 909, For You Blue, Dig a Pony, I Me Mine, I've Got a Feeling, The Long and Winding Road, Get Back, and then Let It Be. Let It Be is one of my favorite Beatles songs, and I think one of the best, but it's just on a really rickety album that doesn't really make sense to the Beatles. But I recommend it because it's an interesting period of time for them. Released in 1970. There's a lot of controversy about all the stuff that actually happened around it. Multiple band members quit during the recording of it and the preparation of it, so it really is the last and best of the Beatles. I mean, they did, what was it, Abbey Road right after that?
You'd know better than I.
No, well,
aren't they doing that documentary or
so that's
something right now?
That's the other cool thing about Let It Be is that you got a companion piece. It's a 3-part series, or three parts, 4 parts, and it's great. I watched a lot of it, and it's really interesting because you see them coming up with some of the most iconic Beatles songs, just like jamming. Yeah, and you're just like, get out, stop, like, because it's just somebody playing, and they're like, I like that, and then the other one starts playing, and then it's just like. It's incredible.
That's so cool to be in that space.
And the documentary is really intimate, so I recommend Let It Be because you listen to the album, then you can go see under the hood how it's done, how it's made. And like I said, Let It Be, it's my favorite Beatles song. I'll just go out and say it. It's one of my favorites. It's epic and meaningful to me in a lot of ways. So nice. Yeah, I recommend Let It Be by the Beatles, 1970 release.
Good stuff.
Thank you for the time today. all the fun, talking about zombies, controversial issues, maybe strangling kids. But I had a good time, and that's what we do at the Velocity Chaos podcast. So we just have a good time, say a lot of things that we have a lot of conviction behind. So I had a great time. But I want to thank DJ ExLax for hanging with us and feeding us all the material that we need.
Thanks for having me, boys. Good being out here on this episode.
Doing a great job as ever on the board. Couldn't do it without you. So this is Nick at the Velocity Chaos podcast signing off.
And this is Luke at the Velocity Chaos podcast. Thank you guys as always. And as we always say, ride your zip lines and throw your bricks. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.